Good morning, Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? So, have you studied the last topic about the biological problem, malaria as a biological problem? Hopefully, you get the understanding of that topic. Further, again, we are now going to study another biological problem related to malaria. Fine, and this is the page number 25. Now, what? Another biological problem that arises in everybody's mind at that time of the biologists, they said how plasmodium is actually entering into the blood of a man. What are the main causes that are actually causing the affected blood? Fine, infected and affected blood. For that reason, biologists again looked at the observations what they have made, that malaria is associated with marshes. We are quite sure that they are related with marshes, but drinking water of marshes is not causing the malaria. Fine. From these observations, further what happened in 1883, physician A.F.A. King. A.F.A. King was a scientist. In 1883, he made a list of 20 observations. Right now, there are only 3 observations which are discussed over in the book. People who slept outdoors were more likely to get malaria than those who slept indoors. First comparison, the people who are sleeping outdoors are more likely to have the malaria than those slept indoor. Then, people who slept under fine nets were less likely to get malaria than those who didn't use that fine. Third one, individuals who slept near smoky fire usually didn't get the malaria. On the basis of these observations, A.F.A. King what suggested? He made a hypothesis. Fine. He said mosquitoes transmit plasmodium and so are involved in the spread of malaria. Mosquitoes. Now come the term mosquitoes. He made an hypothesis. For that, the deductions were considered. What deductions were made? Plasmodium should be present in the mosquitoes. Plasmodium should be present in the mosquito if they are transmitting the disease. A mosquito can get plasmodium by biting a malarial patient. Fine. 2 deductions were made. First one, plasmodium should be present, and a mosquito, from where a mosquito is getting actually the plasmodium. A mosquito is getting the plasmodium by biting any malarial or infected person. Fine. For that reason, the 4th step after deduction, the 5th step comes the experimentation. Fine. Ronald Ross, a British army physician, he worked on it. He performed many experiments. What he did, he allowed a female Anopheles mosquito. Anopheles is a species name of a mosquito. He allowed a female Anopheles mosquito to bite a malarial patient. Fine. What happened? He killed the mosquito some days later and found what? Plasmodium is actually multiplying in the mosquito's stomach. Fine. The next logical question that arises then, infected mosquito was to allow an infected mosquito to bite a healthy person. Now, as you know, ethically we cannot do the experimentation in humans or living bodies. For that reason, we use some animals, experimental animals, right? So what Ross did, he used sparrows. He used sparrows for his experimentation. He redesigned an experiment. What he did, he allowed a female Culex mosquito. He is using now Culex mosquito to bite on the sparrows suffering from malaria. Fine. Some sparrows are suffering from malaria. Fine. He used the Culex mosquito to bite those sparrows that are actually infected with malaria. What happened then? Some of the mosquitoes were killed and studied at that time, and he found out the plasmodium was multiplying in the wall of the mosquitoes, and it was moved into the mosquito's salivary gland. Once it multiplied in the stomach, and then it moves to the saliva of the mosquito. Now, he kept some mosquitoes alive, and then he allowed them to bite healthy sparrows. Fine, they don't have any sort of infection. What happened? The saliva of the infected mosquito contained plasmodium, as we know. These entered the sparrow's blood. When he examined the blood of the previously healthy sparrows, he found plasmodium in it. It means his deductions were correct. Fine. The experiment is now proving. For that reason, after the correct results he got after the experimentation, then it was also experimented on human beings. Fine. Italian biologists, they allowed Anopheles mosquito to bite a malarial patient, and once the mosquito bite a malarial patient, the mosquito get the plasmodium. It was kept for few days, and then it was allowed to bite a healthy person. By biting the healthy person, what happened after few days, the person get ill with malaria. And it was confirmed that mosquitoes actually transmit plasmodium and spread malaria, so the deductions were proved experimentally. Fine, look at the diagram so you can get a clear picture of it. The sparrow ill with malaria, fine, a Culex mosquito was taken. It bites the sparrow ill with malaria and got what? Plasmodium. The plasmodium multiplied in its stomach and then moved into saliva. Then this was allowed to bite a healthy sparrow. After few days, this healthy sparrow was become ill and get the malaria. Same is done with the humans. We use the Anopheles mosquito. Fine, it took a bite of a healthy man with malaria. Fine, it was multiplied and moved to the saliva. Then he bite the healthy person. The healthy person after some days get the malaria. Fine. Two boxes are given at the end of the topic. What they are telling in the boxes, when a female mosquito perishes or bite the skin with her mouth part, what actually she does, she injects a small amount of saliva. As soon as she bites, she injects her saliva so that there is no clotting of blood happens and she can suck the blood for that reason. Fine. What happens after that? When the saliva enters the body reacts and there is some sort of swelling, irritation, sensation on the redness you can see. That is due to the saliva that has entered our body. Fine. Hopefully you will understand and prepare the question relevant to it. Thank you.